So I recently read an NAACP poll that says about 20% of black men under 50 years old are going to be voting for Trump. That's what I read. So immediately a question arose in my mind. And that question is, what tangibles are those black men going to receive from Trump? Has a backroom deal been made? Has Trump communicated something to these men that I haven't heard about? Because the people out here who are giving all this disinformation has said for the last number of years, you don't vote unless you get something, unless you get some tangibles. So my question is, what tangibles are these black men getting? Those 20% of black men under 50, what tangibles are they getting? That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Stay with me. Hello, everybody. I am attorney Augustus Corbett, one half of the Defiant Lawyers. Each and every week, we bring you at least one legal analysis of some trending story regarding politics, policies, personalities, or pop culture to empower you with the information you need to defy this unjust legal system and to nullify systemic racism. If that interests you, please like, share, comment, subscribe, click the bell so you'll get notified when we drop our videos. So, before we get into this, please go over to Amazon, grab a copy of my book, Education and Justice. Do yourself that favor and your son, if you have an African-American son in public school. Please grab this book so that you will be equipped to help him throughout this school year. As the school system, the public school system is notorious for mistreating African-American male students. You probably already know that, and I'm thinking you've been pulling your hair out thinking, are there any resources out here? Well, yes, there is a resource. I wrote this book specifically for you to help you help your son. So go and get a copy of the book. Now, back to the question at hand. And let me pull up what I'm telling you here. So there is a report that says 1 in 4. I said 20%, but it's actually 25%. 1 in 4 U.S. black men under 50 support Trump for president, according to an NAACP poll. Now, this is being reported by Reuters. I haven't actually seen the NAACP poll yet. I have requested it. I'm waiting for it, but I'm going to assume that Reuters is not shucking and jiving out here in these YouTube streets, and so they they are reporting something accurately. So 1 in 4 black men support Donald Trump, black men under the age 50. My simple question is, what tangibles are those men going to receive? What tangibles? Because there are these pro-black imposters who have been saying now for years on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, anywhere they get a chance, you don't vote unless you get some tangibles. What tangibles are these men getting? That's my question. What tangibles are they getting? What tangibles are they expecting to get from a white supremacist and from a group of white supremacists? What tangibles? So you don't ask for tangibles, or you don't get tangibles when you're voting for the GOP? Is that it? You only expect tangibles when you're voting for the Democrats? Is there a double standard here? Because I'm not hearing anything about any tangibles from this 25% of black men under 50. I want to know, what tangibles are they getting? All right, let's go back to my other screen here. Maybe they would say, well, we're going to get jobs, low unemployment. Not so fast. Because you got those jobs, you got that good economy from Obama. When Trump took office, he inherited a great economy from Barack Obama. Go confirm it for yourself. And the job numbers were high, and they kept just being great numbers because when Trump came into office, he didn't have anything to fix. Everything was flowing well. In fact, Obama actually told him, we're giving you a great economy. Don't mess it up. What did Trump do? He messed it up. How? Because he mishandled COVID. He lied about COVID. He didn't take COVID seriously. Remember him saying that maybe we can just shoot someone with some stuff to cure horses, or maybe some ultraviolet light in their veins? Or remember he said COVID was nothing more than the flu? You remember he said, well, it'll be gone by such and such time? See, he mishandled COVID, and COVID turned out to be a serious pandemic that killed over 1 million people. And it messed up the economy because of Trump. So he inherited a great economy. He messed that economy up. Now, he brags about having the lowest unemployment rate for Black Americans. Not true. Joe Biden had the lowest unemployment rate in April of 2023. And again, Trump cannot take credit for Obama's economy. He can't do that. So I wouldn't be expecting a whole bunch of jobs if Trump gets reelected. I wouldn't be expecting that. Well, then you may say, stimulus checks. Not so fast. Stimulus checks came from Democrats. Pelosi. The Democrats are the ones who fought for you to get those checks. The GOP, they don't give out checks. They don't believe in that. If they had their way, there would be no Medicare, no Medicaid, or anything like that. They don't do that. They believe in enriching the top 1%. And hopefully things then will trickle down to everybody else. So they were fighting these checks. Trump did it. He signed it into law because he saw a political opportunity. Now you got to give the guy that. He's definitely an opportunist, right? He's definitely one who will take advantage, shrewdly so. And when I say shrewd, that's not a compliment. I'm not complimenting him. I'm saying that the guy is a con man. And he would do anything to get elected. But if he didn't have to do anything to get your vote, he wouldn't do anything for you because he doesn't care for you, because he is a white supremacist. So no, the checks had his name on them, but the checks actually came from the Democrats. And when you talk about reparations, that's a hard no. Donald Trump and the GOP will never, ever approve reparations. Ever. So what are the tangibles? I can hear somebody like, say, Omar Johnson saying, you don't vote for somebody unless you're getting something. What are you getting, black man? What are you getting? That's my question. What are you getting? What are the tangibles? I'd like to know. Tell me down in the comments, what tangibles are those black men going to receive from Donald Trump? Well, actually, I do believe that they will receive some tangibles. I do. If they help Trump get elected, I do believe that those black men will receive some tangibles. Here they are. I believe that they will receive the tangible of stop and frisk, because Donald Trump has said that if he gets back in office, it's going to be law and order, and he's going to re-implement stop and frisk. This is where the police officer just throws you up against the wall without any reasonable suspicion and start frisking you. And only you, black man, because he stood up in a Detroit church. You remember he was in that black Detroit church? What did he say? He said, Crime was mainly in the black community. So he called us the criminals. And he said that he was going to restore law and order through stop and frisk. So that's one tangible you're going to get. Another one is, because of stop and frisk, you're going to get a criminal record if you don't have one already. Because if you're targeted like that, if the police targets the black community like that, that's going to run up criminal records, including felonies. So that's another tangible. More felonies for the black man. That's what you're going to get. More tangibles, more criminal records, more stop and frisk. And because you're being targeted with stop and frisk and felonies and so forth, you're going to get imprisoned. Yeah, more black men are going to go to prison. More black men are going to go to death row. You do know that when Trump was in office, he stood by as a bunch of black men were put to death via the death penalty. Something that he could have prevented. So that's another tangible. Probation. Probation is going to be another tangible that you're going to get, black man. Unemployment. Why do I say unemployment? Because one thing that Trump despises, I mean he despises it, is something called DEI. He despises that. Oh, wow. He's the one who started going after affirmative action and DEI. He actually put that into motion. I'm going to play you a video in just a moment, and it's going to show you're going to hear from his own mouth, his disdain for programs like DEI, affirmative action, and so forth. So his vitriol for DEI and affirmative action and anything to benefit you, black man, he's going to target those things once again. And that's going to result in more of you being unemployed. Here's another tangible, you're going to get more right-wing judges. If you help elect him, you're going to get more right-wing judges. That's just the nature of the beast. The GOP are laser-focused on packing the federal bench. Trump already put 3 right-wing, radical, racist, white supremacist judges on the bench the first time because a bunch of you either voted for him or didn't vote. And he packed the federal bench. He's going to do more of that. So that's another tangible that you're going to get. Going to get a lot of homelessness. You know why? Because he hates the Fair Housing Act. He hates it. He was even sued under the Fair Housing Act. So you know he hates it real bad. And him and Ben Carson almost gutted it. So they're going to go back in office and finish the job. So that's another tangible. There's going to be a lot of housing discrimination that you're going to have to deal with. That's going to result in homelessness. Underfunded schools. That is a part of Project 2025. So is the homelessness. Oh, I know he says he knows nothing about it. You believe that? Trump's a serial liar. Do you really believe that when a bunch of the folks who worked for him wrote the Project 2025 manual? Go watch all the videos that I did on Project 2025. So that's another tangible that you're going to get. Your kids are going to be in schools that are underfunded because Project 2025 is going to take that money and send it to the states so that white kids can use that money for their education. What else are you going to get? Immunized cops. Trump has said, infamously, Trump has said that he will give cops criminal immunity, which means if they shoot you dead, they won't be prosecuted under another Trump administration. That's another tangible. Oh, your life is literally going to be on the line, and mine too, and every other black man we know, because these cops are going to be out here feeling themselves big time. How do I know? Because I sue them. I sue cops for violating our rights. So that's another tangible you're going to receive, brother. More cop killings. We're already 5 times more likely to be killed by cops than any other group in America. Well, give them immunity and they're going to start killing more of us. That's another tangible. So yeah, I understand. You're going to get tangibles, but not the kind of tangibles you want. And why is this? Because you are actually trusting. You're putting your confidence in a white supremacist. And we know this. We have documentation proving that he's a white supremacist. And why are you trusting him? Because of one word, disinformation. I got a video coming out really soon to show you how badly disinformation has distracted so many black people from the real issues. That's coming out real soon. So yeah, there'll be some tangibles, but not the kind of tangibles that any of us want. Now, what I want to do is play a video from back in the 80s of Trump saying some things that will absolutely show you his heart. All right, let's go to that video.
A well-educated black has a tremendous advantage over a well-educated white in terms of the job market. And I think sometimes a black may think that they don't really have the advantage or this or that, but in actuality, today, currently, it's a great, I've said on occasion, even about myself, if I was starting off today, I would love to be a well-educated black because I really believe they do have an actual advantage today.
Now, did you hear that? Trump said a well-educated black man has more advantages than a well-educated white man. On what planet? In what universe? That is preposterous. The numbers, the statistics, the studies, the research debunk that whole notion. But we can't dismiss what he said. We can't dismiss it. It sounds ridiculous, especially when he says that he would want to come back in another life as a well-educated black man. We are talking about a guy who received hundreds of millions of dollars from his father. And yet he's sitting there with a straight face saying that he would want to come back as a black man, or that well-educated black men have advantages over well-educated white men. He knows he's lying, but he's saying it for a purpose. He's saying that for a reason. He's not just talking out of his neck. He is saying that for a reason. Why is he saying it? Let me show you why he's saying it. First, because he's a white supremacist, but why is this white supremacist setting up this argument like that? When Trump claims a well-educated black man has an advantage over a well-educated white man, he's saying some things that he actually didn't say, but he's implying three things. One, he's saying black men don't need tangibles. He's saying, why am I going to give black men tangibles when they already have a better set of circumstances than white men? They're already in good shape. Black men are doing fine. The well-educated ones are doing well because they have more advantages than well-educated white men. In other words, that's a grievance. He's expressing a grievance. He's expressing something he doesn't like. It is not a compliment. He's not complimenting black men. He is complaining. He is saying black men have advantages over white men. He's also saying that black men received those advantages from the law, not merit. They didn't earn those advantages because we black men, we just get stuff because of the government in Trump's mind, because of affirmative action, DEI. That's why he went after that when he became president. He went after those things because of what you just heard him say, that well-educated black men have advantages over white men. And therefore, the next thing that he's saying is these advantages, these perceived advantages, they're not actual advantages, but these perceived advantages are unfair and they constitute reverse discrimination. And I can show you, brothers, where he has said that he will use the Justice Department to file civil rights lawsuits against corporations that recognize any sort of perceived advantage that black men may have, he will file those lawsuits on behalf of white men. He will not file civil rights lawsuits on our behalf when we are discriminated against, when you are discriminated against. He will file those lawsuits to protect white men. He's saying all of that in that video that you heard. I'm trying to show you that you're dealing with an evil person. I wanted to say something else. I just had a Kamala Harris moment where I wanted to say something else, but I'm going to be nice. You're dealing with an evil white supremacist, and you're trusting an evil white supremacist to do the right thing by you. Why are you trusting him? Because again of one big word, disinformation. You have been hit, you have been targeted with unspeakable amounts of disinformation since at least 2016. And many of you, unfortunately, have bought into that disinformation. But I'm going to be one, I'm going to continue to use my platform to destroy that disinformation, as I've been doing for the last 7 months. Trump is a white supremacist. This country is a white supremacist country. It hasn't changed. We're dealing with the same devils. Devils don't change. They just go from one generation to the next. We're fighting the same battles. We're fighting the same devils and demons. I sometimes scratch my head at why black men, and I understand, it says, 1/4 of black men under 50. That means that black men under 50 were born, in 1970, in the 70s. I was born in the early 60s. So I remember a little bit of Jim Crow. You guys, a lot of you are young. You just simply don't know. Many of you were children and hadn't even been born. Many of you were children when Obama became. So that's all you know. You think things have always been decent in terms of dealing with white supremacy. Things have never been decent. They're better because of the hard work of our ancestors, but the stuff that you all are doing, you're going to let them take us back. You're going to let them take us back because that's what Make America Great Again means. It's the again part that is troubling. Make America great, if they stop there, that'd be fine. But when they say make America great again, then they're pointing backwards. And when we look back in American history, we only see Jim Crow and slavery and lynchings and murders and beatings and rapes. That's all we see back there. And you're going to cast a vote to allow them to take us back to those days? And you're doing it without receiving any tangibles? Well, yeah, you will get tangibles, as I explained, but not what you're thinking. Not what you're thinking. I just am trying to give you insight, hindsight, and foresight so that you don't make this mistake. That's all I'm doing. I understand your frustrations about feeling left behind and things are not what they should be, but there's nothing that you can mention that would justify allowing these people, voting to allow these people to take us back from where we sacrificed so much to move away from. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the sacrifices of our ancestors. They would be turning over in their graves right now if they knew that the younger generation, 25% of voting black men under 50, are considering voting for the likes in their lifetime, that would be like voting for Lester Maddox or George Wallace, Bull Connors. I know these are people you never heard of. Voting for Jesse Helms, voting for Strom Thurmond. I get it. You never heard of these people. And these pro-black imposters are telling you to basically hate the Democrats, but you're okay if you vote for the Republicans, although you're not getting any tangibles that you really want. All right. I hope somebody heard what I just said. Please, you all share this video. Share this video. Get this video out. And hopefully, some of these young men will listen and change their minds. I've received messages from some of these younger brothers that have said, you changed my mind. I am not going to do it now. I've received multiple messages like that. I hope that happens from this video. But please, like this video, comment on this video. That helps the algorithm push the video and get it into the hands of more people who need to see it, more African-American men under the age of 50 especially. Okay? So, thank you for watching this video. I am Attorney Augustus Corbett. This is the content that we bring you on a weekly basis. Until the next time, peace.